Gig work is exactly that. It's a gig. It's not meant to be a full-time job. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. We are out here on our morning walk. It is Thursday, about 64 degrees. I got my coffee. I got the Floof Ghoster here, and we are getting our morning exercise in before work. It actually, believe it or not, excuse me. I can't talk this morning. Believe it or not, I feel better walking in the morning, getting my exercise in the morning than I thought I would. By the time I get to work at about 8:30, just before 8:30, my coffee is gone. It's espresso, guys. So it's a triple shot espresso. I really don't need any more. If you need more than that, then yeah. And on top of that, I exercise and it feels great. But that is not today's topic. It will be, kind of, in a future video. But that is not today's topic. Today's topic is actually regarding the gig economy. And leave it. Come on. The reason it's regarding the gig economy, once again, is because if you watch regularly, you know that a couple weeks ago, a week and a half ago, something like that, 2 weeks ago, I released a video explaining why the gig economy has changed and why I am leaving the gig economy. And we're going to go over a little bit more today, only because I got so many comments on that video, and there was mixed reviews from people. Some people saying it's not meant to be a full-time job. Other people saying, yes, it can be a full-time job. I think there might have been one person that said that they didn't like gig work at all. To each their own. So today, on my morning walk, after we get off the main road section, I am going to discuss some of the things that I've gotten in the comments. Because literally, in the last 2-3 days, I've gotten like 20 comments, I think. So, let's get into it. Okay, now that we've gotten away from the loud portion of our walk, I can continue. I don't like taking the louder roads, but it literally adds like a third of a mile to our walk. So, more steps. Anyways, so this gig economy topic can be somewhat controversial. Controversial. It's first thing in the morning, guys. I haven't even finished my coffee. Give me some grace. So I had one person. Well, let me start this way. I was explaining in the video, if you guys didn't know, that I was leaving the gig economy because of the fact that it wasn't making me money anymore. Ghost just stopped randomly. It wasn't making me money anymore. I was actually out there working more to make the same amount of money. So when I first started doing gig work, I was out there for 30 hours. 30 hours a week, if that. And I was bringing home $900 to $1,000. This was 3-4 years ago. And then I started noticing, Ghost Cross, that I had to stay out a little longer. So then I was staying out 40 hours. Still not bad. 40 hours to make $1,000 really is not that bad. You got to take out the percentage for taxes, but still, that's not bad. And then because I'm a workaholic and I didn't even really realize it at first, I was staying out there for 50 to 60 hours a week to make the same amount of money. And sometimes I wouldn't even hit that goal. And I was realizing I was burning out a lot more. Instacart is not easy, guys. I know like Uber Eats and DoorDash and regular Uber taxi, those are a little easier. It's not physically demanding like Instacart is. Instacart is physically and mentally demanding because you have to stay organized, stay concentrated, you have to communicate with customers constantly, and you have to lift these groceries and carry them to where they need to be delivered. So I was realizing that I was burning out quite a bit. So I chose to start working less, going back down to 40 hours a week. I was bringing in 60% of what I was bringing in even a year and a half ago. 60%. You want to know how much of a downgrade that is? 60%, and that's before I took the taxes out, guys. So that is my reason for leaving gig work, and I haven't completely left it yet. I'm still doing it 1 day a week because of the fact that I'm not making enough. But by the end of next year, I will be making enough. I might even be able to stop doing gig work entirely by January, this coming January. That's not that far away. That's like 3-4 months, guys. There are people in the comments who are saying that gig work is still profitable for them. And if that's the case for them, that is perfectly fine. If they are pulling the numbers and realizing that they are, in fact, why are you slowing down, Loopy? Can we walk? What do you think? If they are doing the numbers and they are setting aside money for taxes and maintenance like they should be, and they are still making enough money to survive, then by all means, continue doing gig work. Go out there and hustle. Do what you got to do. When you do gig work, you have to hustle. You have to be on top of it. You can't be one of those lazy bums that when you wake up in the morning, you prefer to sit on your butt. You can't be one of those people in gig work. You just can't. So, if it's working for you, fantastic. Now, I've also had fellow Instacarters as well as other gig workers tell me that they're in the same boat as me. They're noticing a decline. They have noticed that the apps are now paying us less, and that he sees a person, and that the tips have gone down, and all of the things. This silly floof wouldn't let me go until he said hi to this lady. She was in her robe. I felt so bad, but she was very happy to say hi to him. So, silly floof. So anyways, yeah, there are people that are saying the exact same thing that I am, that they can't afford it anymore. They can't take the risk. It's not something that they can do anymore, or at least not full time. Now, I also have the people that are on here saying gig work is exactly that. It's a gig. It's not meant to be a full-time job. I understand that. When it originally came out, that is what it was meant to be. Here is the problem with that scenario. Guys, you have to remember, we went through the popular sickness. Like, it was a full-time job. Even before the popular sickness happened, it was people were doing it as a full-time job. I know a guy who's been doing gig work full-time for the last 10 years. 10 years, and he's surviving, living off of it. There was a guy in the comments who said that he bought and paid off a whole house bought and paid off a whole truck. Trucks are expensive, guys. By doing gig work. It is possible. It is a thing. If you don't believe that or if you don't agree with it, that is your opinion. But just know it is possible. I've been doing it for almost 4 years until it got to the point where it just wasn't worth my time anymore. So, it is a thing. Gig work, there are so many logistics behind it, and there are so many people that don't do it right. I have a tax person. She applauds me for how I handle my money when it comes to taxes and gig work. She tells me all the time that there are so many people that she assists with taxes that do gig work that don't set any money aside at all. And then they're amazed at the end of the year when they owe $3-4 grand in taxes. You don't get taxes taken out, guys. It's just not a thing. You don't get taxes taken out when you're a gig worker. You are an independent contractor. So you got to know how to do it properly. You got to know how to handle your money. You got to have the drive to go out and hustle. And when I tell you I got the drive, I got the drive. I overwork myself. So it is a controversial topic. There are going to be people out there that say, no, it can't be done. It shouldn't be done that way. They have their own opinions. And then there's going to be the people that know. Come on, Ghost. Sniffing that pile. Really? You were there for 2 minutes? And then there's going to be the people, leave it. Leave it. I said leave it. My goodness. And then there's going to be the people that just know what they're doing. So just keep that in mind, guys. Gig work is a whole thing. Everyone has their own opinions. Just know it can be done. It's just getting a lot harder. Right now, what we are experiencing in the gig economy is lower pay. We are the backbone of these companies, and we are getting paid pennies. And it's happening across the board. It's not just Instacart. It's Uber as well. Come on, Ghost. It is happening everywhere. So, of course, it's not going to make sense anymore to do it, because on top of the fact that the companies aren't paying us what we're supposed to be paid because their CEOs and everyone that are sitting on their butts in the offices are getting paid the buku bucks and don't want to give their shoppers or their drivers proper pay. On top of that, the economy is tanking. People are struggling everywhere. Even people that are making 6-figure incomes are struggling, guys. So they're not tipping appropriately. Not only are people not tipping appropriately, these apps are not encouraging their customers to tip appropriately. I went on to the Instacart app last week just to make a phony order to see what Instacart would recommend me to tip my shopper. They recommended me to tip them 6% of the order total. 6%, guys. That is insane. We are service workers. Minimum 15. Come on. Oh, we got a walker up here. Cross. Minimum 15%. So, that's another reason why people are leaving the industry. We are not getting paid what we are worth. So, just keep that in mind. If you guys have watched this far, I truly appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and share so that way we can grow the friend family. And we'll see you in that next video. Go walking with your dog in the morning. Whoop. While he pulls you to poles to sniff. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and we'll see you in that next video.